Hi, I'm Angela Hardy, kinesiologist at Cloud9. Today I want to talk about my top relationship rules. I've been in a relationship with Brett for, must be going on 26 years now, and a very happy one at that. And so over time I've developed these ideas about what it is that makes for a good relationship. You know, people always say, oh, relationships take work, they take work, they take work, but they never tell you what work it is exactly that they take. So if you could just know what it is that you needed to do, well, that would go a long way towards making for a perfect relationship. So over the years I've developed this set of rules, a set of understandings of what it is that I think makes for a great relationship. And some of them are my own, and a lot of them are, I've learned them from other people's work and from reading other people's books and from studying other people's stuff. So I'm not claiming they're unique, but I reckon they're pretty good. So I'm going to give you my first one today. And that one is absolutely key. I think that if you can get this one right in your relationship, you're pretty much set. And that rule is, don't try and change your partner. Now, I'm sure you've heard it a million times. My mother used to say it to me all the time. Oh, don't try and change your partner. Don't try and change your partner. But let me explain to you why I think it's so important not to try and change your partner, and what it means in terms of acceptance. When you have someone in your life, this whole fairy tale of they're going to be this perfect match for me is obviously an illusion. The fact of the matter is that they are an individual, and it's their individuality that attracts you to them in the first place. And the thing that's interesting about them and fascinating about them is because they are who they are. They're a complete person in their own right. And so you have this wonderful honeymoon period and it's all good, and then you think, well, this is really a good guy, but if I could just make him, pick up after himself, it would be fantastic. And he's a really good guy, but if he just didn't procrastinate so much, it would be amazing. And he's a really good guy, but if I could just, make him say things like I love you once a day, it would be amazing. And so what do? We put our attention on those things that we'd like them to become. And if you put your attention on the thing that you'd like your partner to become, you're putting your attention on something that you don't like about them. And we all know that, when you put your attention on something you don't like, you become uncomfortable and restless, and you find that you don't like things. And more, you don't like this thing, and you don't like this other thing, and you don't like this other thing. And so instead of remembering what it is that's so fantastic about them and what you really love about them, you start thinking, well, it's all these things that I don't like about them, that I don't love about them. And they won't change, I'm so frustrated, they won't change. And the fact of the matter is, they won't change. And so if you can right up front get into your head this idea that they will not change to satisfy your desire to make them change, you'll have a much happier relationship in general. And so my advice, if the thing that you don't like about them is not a deal breaker for you, do not focus your attention on it. Take all of your attention off that thing, never consider it again. If it's the papers that are lying on the table, and they're always lying on the table, the fact that they're untidy and you have to step over the untidy boxes or stuff lying around all the time, step over those things. If that is not a deal breaker for you, it's time to ignore it. And when you do that, you allow yourself to spend your time focusing on the things that you do like about them. And what happens is that instead of your partner feeling like you're constantly criticizing them, you don't like them, you don't respect them, there's nothing about them that's good, they feel like you love them and you think that they're fantastic and there are things about them that are good, and so they feel good in your relationship and you feel good about them. So my top tip, focus your attention, all of your attention, on the things that you love about somebody, and take your attention off the things that you don't love about something, and stop trying to change them. You will not change them. They will change themselves, maybe, if you're lucky and they feel like it.